Well, hi everybody, and how's it going? Welcome to today's video. Today, I've decided to have a look at the Nvidia Shield Pro TV device, coupled up with the Geforce service by Nvidia, and playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 on it. Now, this is something that I'd never thought I'd see. Euro Truck Simulator is a game I've wanted to play for years, really. And because it's never come to consoles, I've never really had the opportunity to actually play it. I've always been a console gamer, really. I have had moments of PC gaming. In fact, I started off on PCs when I was about 18. Had I'm saying PCs, computers, very, very simple computers, the Sinclair ZX81 and the Sinclair Spectrum. But then I went on to consoles after that. Went on to the Sega Master System and Mega Drive, and the Sony PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 Pro, and I've now got the Xbox Series X. So I've always been the type of person where I like to sit on a sofa and play my games on the big screen and be a little bit more sociable downstairs. Now, if you want to play your games upstairs in a room on your PC, that's absolutely fine. There's obviously nothing wrong with that, but it's not for me. So yeah, I was disappointed that Euro Truck was just never going to come to consoles, and still doesn't look like doing. And a friend of mine some months ago said, "Why don't you try renting a PC?" I've tried it. I'm quoting him, and he said it works absolutely fine. So the thing was, I didn't fully understand what he was getting at the time, because I'd not really heard of this particular service before. So I didn't bother, but a few months ago I decided to look into it further and came across what he was talking about, which is the Geforce Now service by Nvidia. And you can stream that on a lot of different devices. In fact, I'll take you to the website while I'm on the menu screen here. So if we go to this browser, and that red circle, by the way, is what's on my remote control for the Shield Pro. Let's just get it onto full screen. And so here we have the Geforce website, which explains everything about it. And if we scroll down, you can see it gives you an idea of all the games that's available for it on there. And there's over 1,000 games. In fact, I think we're up to about 1,400 games now that you can play on Geforce Now. Now, just bear in mind, anybody that doesn't understand the service, you don't play your games or you don't purchase your games through Geforce Now. You purchase your games through PC gaming sites like Steam, GOG, and I think Epic Games and Ubisoft are connected to it. So you purchase your games on those sites, and then you sync up your account with Geforce, and Geforce is what you use to actually play the game, but the game is stored, if you like, on the site where you purchased it. So yeah, carrying on moving down here, and it gives you an idea at the bottom of the page, or near the bottom, what sort of devices you can play it on. So as you can see there, you've got Windows PC, Mac OS, Android TV, Chrome, Android devices, tablets, phones, etc., Safari on iPhone and iPad, and LG TV. In fact, I've got an LG TV myself. I've got the C1, and I did notice that that's got the app installed on it as well, which I've tried, and that works well. And also, if you notice there, the Edge browser as well, although it's still in beta. But yeah, if you go onto your Xbox and go onto your Edge browser, you can actually use the Geforce service on the Edge browser, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's where I first tried it. And I tried it on the free service, the free tier, because if we go down a little bit further on the website, it explains a little bit more about the different things. So this is actually the tier that I've ended up getting, because I was so impressed with the service. I thought, well, if I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to have the best service. So as you can see there, it's $89.99 for 6 months, or you can pay it monthly, which is £17.99 a month. And it's just taken me off that now, which is absolutely typical. So let's see if we can go back. We've got back to the screen before, but or the page before, but I don't want to be clicking on that again and messing about. So I'll just kind of summarise it in a way. So yeah, so it's £89.99 for 6 months. 1 month it works out, I think it's about £18 a month, £17.99 you're paying, and that gives you the Geforce RTX 3080, which is again what as I said is what I've got. And you have exclusive access to the RTX 3080 servers, 8-hour session length, up to 4K resolution, and up to 120 frames per second. And the priority one is £26.99, and I think that works out at something like £8 a month or something like that. But as you can see, there is a special offer on at the moment. So you get RTX and priority access to premium server, 6-hour session length, and up to 180 1080p resolution, and up to 60 frames per second. But there is a free tier, and if you want to just try it, then that's the one that you need to go. You get a basic rig, so nothing special, it's just a basic rig, standard access to game servers and a 1-hour session length. So you can actually join that, create an account on Geforce, and have a go for free. There may be a small waiting time. Like, I mean, when I tried the free one, I never got held for more than a minute or so before I could start the game. And you get up to an hour to try it out. It's in 1080p, the same as the priority one. But as it says there, it's just a standard rig, and you just get 1 hour. So yeah, I decided to go, as I said, for the top one, which is the RTX 3080 rig, and games play absolutely fantastic on it. So I liked it that much that I decided to buy an Nvidia Shield Pro, which is where this comes in. So as you can see, I mean, if anybody doesn't know about it, I mean, I'm assuming people do if you've come onto this video, but it's basically like an Amazon Fire Stick. You can stream from various services like Netflix and Prime and what have you. There's ITV Hub there, if you notice, BBC iPlayer, YouTube, and then over here we have Nvidia Games, so or Geforce. So let's go into that service, and this is into my own account, and as you can see, you get lots of games on here. As I said, there's over about 1,400 games now. It lists quite a few different genres as you go down. You've got some free-to-play games there as well. Destiny works very well on it. Like that game. And yes, quite a few free ones to play. There's also some free demos to try as well on other games. And yeah, there's quite a few games on there to whet your appetite, as it were. And it's highlighting some games that feature ray tracing just here in this section. Well, let's get into Euro Truck Simulator 2, and let's show you what that's like. Now, you need to remember that although I'm playing this in 4K at 60 frames per second, you will unfortunately be only seeing it in 1080p at 30 frames per second. A, because of YouTube, and B, because it's all that the Nvidia Shield TV can stream at. It won't go any higher than 1080p at 30 frames a second, unfortunately. So, but you can see it's fairly quick to start up. So we're already into the loading screen. Now I've got some mods installed, so we're just going to have to wait a while to get these mods loaded in. In fact, I've just been looking around for a few more to try. So there's about 18 mods to install altogether. And every time you boot up the game, you will have to install the mods. Now, the mods for Euro Truck come off the Steam Workshop site, and I think there's another type of mod called the Pro mods, which are ones that you actually install onto a PC. Now, you can't use those Pro mods on this service, but you can use the Steam mods. But I'll do another video on mods on this particular game. Just for now, I'll keep it simple and just basically show you how it works. So we're nearly loaded in now. As you can see, some mods are quite a size and others are just quite small. I'll just quickly show you the mods that I've got. I'll just quickly go into there. So as you can see, I've got all my mods here. Now all these down this side are ones that I have subscribed to. And the ones with the green lights on, which is mirrored over here in this list, are the ones that are actually active. So that's all my mods there. And they're all the ones that are active. But as I said, I'll do another video on those at some point. So we'll just come out of there. And while we're here, I'll just take you into options and just quickly show you what kind of settings I have. So as you can see there, I've got 3840 by 2160, so that's 4K, and it's running at 59 FPS. No matter how many times you save these settings, it won't save the vertical synchronization. And we need that turned on because it just gives a smoother picture when you're scrolling around. Now again, you guys won't see that at home because you're looking at it at 30 frames a second. But believe me, it is silky smooth. It is really, really smooth. So you'll just have to take my word for it. But and as you can see, everything's on high on this 3080 tier. You can just basically turn everything up to high or ultra, the highest setting that you can get, and the game looks absolutely brilliant. So let's apply that anyway. And we'll come out of that, and let's continue into the game. And it's just showing me there, for some strange reason, I don't know why there's a missing mod there. Don't know what that mod could be. Let's just go back into the mod manager. I'm just wondering whether I've unsubscribed from one which should be in this list. Our realistic building lights. Although to be honest, that shouldn't be there, so I don't know why that's there. Really, that's weird. That shouldn't even be in the list. So hopefully that should have sorted it out. Let's try the game once again. Okay, so I think I've got that sorted now. It was a mod when I was playing with the mods on the Steam site. I accidentally unsubscribed from one that I was using, and it was coming up with a message saying that the game it was going to load would be without one of the mods, which usually isn't a massive deal, to be honest, but I just wanted to find out which one it was. But we're all sorted now, so anyway, let's continue into the game. And I can't remember exactly where I am situated, because Euro Truck seemed to be such a massive game. Again, if anybody doesn't know much about it, it literally covers the whole of Europe. And I think the map's on something like a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 6. So it is an absolutely massive game. If I have a look on the world map, to be honest, let's see exactly where we are. So you can see the size of the map. It's absolutely massive. So we've got England up there, all across to Sweden and Denmark and down to Spain, Portugal, and across to the Balkans as well. So yeah, absolutely massive. We're actually in Italy at the moment, at or near Bologna. So yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to do a little drive for today and just show you what it's all about on the Geforce Now service. At the sake of repeating myself, I'll just say one more time, just please bear in mind that it is actually in 60 frames a second, 4K, but you're only viewing it at 1080p and 30 frames a second. And we're sat in the middle of the road, we're already getting traffic build up, as you can see. There's a quick look round, give him a toot back. There's my wife there. We've got some bottles of pop and my little cushion and my teddy bear, my screen at the back, and various other little accoutrements, skull with red eyes up there, and yeah, there we go. And a quick look outside. And that's the traffic that's not very happy at the moment. This is my particular truck. So there we go. We better get on. So, and remember guys, I'm using a controller here, so everything you're seeing here is on controller. I haven't got a steering wheel. I'm down in my living area and I'm just sat on the sofa playing this game with a controller, and you can see how smooth everything is. If I steer left and right, it is really smooth. Plays absolutely brilliantly on a controller, absolutely brilliantly. That little noise there, little beep you just heard, that's the sat-nav telling me I'm just slightly going over speed, as the speed limit is 70k. There's somebody just overtaking me, and he's overtaking me in a very dangerous situation. He's had to hold back, bless him. They'll try that a lot. You might think actually, on the one hand, that it wasn't very realistic, but you know, you do get people doing that in real life. You do get people overtaking in some really silly situations, and it's the same on here. So yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, that that information at the top that you can see, that is a mod actually, and it actually gives me the information, because if I press, it's a bit awkward while I'm driving, to be honest. I'll see if I can get it up for you. But if I press, oh, there's too much happening. Just bear with me a moment. Let me just get off this roundabout. So as I was saying, there we go. So at the bottom right of the picture now, you can see a HUD version of the sat-nav, and so I'm a bit weavy at the moment. I'm crossing hands at the moment, trying to use my keyboard at the same time. Just have a look at this roundabout, make sure there's nothing coming, and I think we'll go off at this first exit. But to make it more real, I tend not to have that up, because it just blocks a lot of the display for me inside the truck, the dashboard and everything. So let's see if I can nip out in front of this lorry that's behind me. Everything's happening at the moment. Every time you're trying to explain something, there's umpteen things happen. I've got to go through a toll gate now. So let's just pay our dues. We'll have a little look behind us, make sure there's nothing there. Something in the left lane, but we're fine in this lane. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't particularly like that up because it just detracts for me. So I'm going to turn it off again. And you do actually have voice sat nav if you download a Google Voice sat nav mod. You can actually have that as well, and you can also obviously see it on the dashboard there. So for me, it's not really necessary to have the HUD version up, and as I said, it just detracts from the whole sim experience, to be honest. So as you can see, like I said, the steering is so smooth on it. It's the thing I'm mostly impressed with, actually. If you play a lot of sims on consoles and stuff, the steering's all over the place. But on Euro Truck on the Geforce, it plays absolutely beautifully. Really, really does. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for today, guys. Been going on long enough about things. So if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more of the videos on not just Geforce Now but other consoles, the Xbox Series X, PlayStation as well, then please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.